So, Rabbi, I guess. So, when I didn't bring my drum, because so when you bang on that, it comes through and it's
Shabbat shalom to all of you on Zoom.
I won't touch it. So I think maybe it's mine.
Listen, can you do waiting room admits for me?
It's not hitting me or anything.
No.
Excuse me?
Can you do waiting room admissions for me?
I have just started doing them. Yep.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I will also be doing Facebook.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. We are so glad to have you here. I see Dan and Nadine.
Right?
Hello.
Are you going to go?
Shabbat
I'll do the
shalom.
Nigun, yeah.
And Gloria.
So here we go.
And Edie and Bellanne and Audrey and Stan.
Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbos. Baruchim habayim. Delighted to welcome you to, again, another one of these unusual things that we're doing during this time. I do have to announce to you that the concession stand is not open during the course of the service. So my apologies for that. I would love to come and truly greet you in person and hug you and shake your hand. We won't be doing that tonight either, but it's still wonderful to see you and to see so many faces. This is Shabbat Shuvah, the Sabbath between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So there will be some additions to the service that you'll see in the prayer book. For those of you who are here, we at least have the prayer books for you that you can follow. For those of you at home, I don't think we have any slides tonight, and so the best you can do is follow along. As we begin our service with the singing of Dodi Lee, you'll find it on page 3, as once again, my beloved is mine and my beloved's.
Dodi li va'ani lo haroeh b'shoshanim. Dodi li ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. מי זאת גדולה מן המדבר, מי זאת גדולה, מקוטרת מור, מור ולבונה, מור ולבונה, דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. ליבתיני אחותי כלה, ליבתיני כלה, ליבתיני אחותי כלה, ליבתיני כלה, דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים, דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים.
On page 21, peace is with you, angels of stillness, enter, bless me, give me rest. God knows I need you. God knows I'm asking, harried, impatient, at war with myself. May you make your home in my soul, fill my home with your light. Let me breathe in your quiet, help me savor shalom. Peace is with you, angels of stillness, enter, bless me, give me rest.
Page 22. לך דודי לקראת כלה, לקראת כלה פני שבת, נקבלה, נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, לקראת כלה פני שבת, נקבלה, נקבלה. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. Lecha dodi לקראת כלה, לקראת כלה פני שבת, נקבלה, נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, לקראת כלה פני שבת, נקבלה, נקבלה. יתקדע ויתקדע שמי רבה,
Amen.
ואמר יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחיי חולות ימיכון ובחיי דכו בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה בריחו, לילה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
And if you choose to rise, all we ask is to stay right by your cars.
Ya la 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 la.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך, המבורך לעולם ועד. המבורך, המבורך לעולם ועד.
Holy is twilight, the realm of in-between. And so our sages taught, pray in the moments when light and darkness touch. We are all twilight people, beyond categories and labels. May the sacred in-between of this evening suspend our certainties, soften our judgments, widen our vision. Let it illumine our way to the God who transcends all boundaries and definitions. Blessed are you, God of all, who brings on the twilight. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו וקומנו, נשיח בחוגך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה. באהבתך אל תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
You shall love the ones who are close with all your heart, with all your spirit, with all your strength. Remember these words. Inscribe them on your heart. Love them when they struggle, when they sadden and disappoint you. Love them when they fail. See the good within them even when they can't. Look at them and listen, even when it's hard. Be grateful for their guidance, even their reproof when they save you from yourself. Love them when they give you joy, and love them when they don't. When you lie down, let go of anger. When you rise up at dawn, begin again. Praise them for their deeds at home. Speak to them in public with respect. Bind yourself to the ones you love with promises kept and vows fulfilled. Open to them the gates of your heart, the doorway of your soul, and let them know you. So shall the ones you cherish feel your love, your presence, and your care. Emet v'emunah kol zot v'kayam aleinu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ein zulato v'nachnu Yisrael amo. Truth and faith, these are fundamental to our existence. God alone is their source, and we are Israel, a people of God. Our sovereign saves us from tyranny, redeems us from its violence through countless wonders, from its brutality through great feats beyond measure. We are Israel, a people of God, the giver of life who would not let our feet give way, the maker of miracles for us against Pharaoh, of signs and portents in the land of Egypt, the one who brought our people Israel from its midst to enduring freedom. Witnesses to this heroic might, the people thanked and praised God by name, freely accepting the reign of heaven. Then Moses and Miriam and all Israel sang to you the song of utter joy.
Ya bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam. Ya bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam. Ya bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam. Ya bye 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 bye, ya bye 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 bim bam. Mi chamocha ba'olim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Dora tehilot osefel. Dora tehilot osefel. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה מרים. זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני יבלו לעולם ועד. יא ביי 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 בים בם. יא ביי 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 בים בם. יא ביי 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 בים bam. Ya bye 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 bye. Ya bye bye bim bam. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. העמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
Blessed One, you spread over us a canopy of peace, a shelter of shalom over all Israel, your people, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapoes sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השמיני שבת וינחש, שבת וינחש, שבת וינחש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
And again, those of you who wish to may stand by your cars, please do.
Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Sfatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Yagid. Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imateinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hadorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Kodeh Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imachot ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך הארץ בחיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים מחיים. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם רנאי, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הצל. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומינו מלך מביט ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך אל הרחמים, זוכר יצוריו, לחיים ברחמים. ונאמנת לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני המלך הקדוש.
You may be seated if you wish as I continue on page 56. You sanctified the seventh day for the sake of your name, a final defining act in the creation of heaven and earth. Among all days, you blessed this one. Among all seasons, you sanctified this one, and thus it is written in your Torah. Completed now were the heavens and the earth and their whole array. And on the seventh day, God completed the work that had been done. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and called it holy. For on it God ceased from all the work of creating that God had done. God breathed into us a living soul, the gifts of respiration, inspiration, and aspiration. May we sanctify this day by breathing deeply, attentive to all gifts. We taste the sweetness of the world that could be. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Our praise to you, Eternal One. You bring holiness to Shabbat. Eternal our God, your people yearns for your favor. Receive their prayer with loving acceptance, and may you always desire your people's worship. Divine One, close to all who call upon you, bring your grace and presence near to those who serve you. Pour forth your Spirit upon us. Favor us with words of deliverance and mercy. Show us the depth of your care. God, we await your redemption, for you reign with grace and compassion. May our eyes see your merciful return to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai hamachazir shechinato l'Tzion.
Amen.
Blessed are you whose divine presence is felt again in Zion. For all these gifts I receive today, air in my lungs, pulse in my veins, my restless mind alive and curious, awaking suddenly to beauty, for love and the memory of love, forgiveness when I didn't deserve it, another chance at life. Let my soul give thanks to you. Let me not forget your kindness. Blessed are you, Eternal One, whose goodness deserves thanks and praise. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha, ולך נאה להודות.
Shalom Rav Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam Shalom Rav Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam Ki ata umelech Adon lechol hashalom hashalom Leto benecha levarech et amecha levarech et amecha Yisrael bechol ed ubechol shah bishlomecha בספר חיים ברכה ושלום ופרנסה טובה ניזכר וניכתב לפניך אנחנו וכל עמך בן ישראל לחיים טובים לחיים טובים ולשלום ברוך אתה אדוני עושה השלום.
Amen.
עושה שלום במרומה הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו עושה שלום במרומה הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו la 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 עושה שלום במרומה הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו
So Before I continue with the wedding anniversary blessing, I don't know if the Denkers or the Cedars are here. They might have been coming. If either couple is here, could they just flash their headlights and then I'll know? Because it's their 40th wedding anniversary. So we would do a special one. We will still incorporate them in our wedding anniversary blessing for tonight. So in the week to come, among those couples who will be observing their wedding anniversaries are Judy and David Levin, Nate and Muriel Taffel, Stephen Ruth Denker, and Jim and Marie Cedar. Our God and God of the generations before us, we thank you for our sacred heritage of marriage and family life. Throughout history, marriage has been the firm foundation to our people, when we were driven from place to place and when we were at rest and settled. We praise you, O God, for sanctifying your people Israel by the covenant of marriage. We thank you for the fullness of joy of those who are celebrating the anniversary of their wedding in this season. Their lives are blessed with the gift of loving comradeship and of devotion to each other. Their joys are heightened, their difficulties lightened as they face life together. May their companionship continue to bring them strength. May their home be hallowed by your divine guidance. May their lives continue to be enriched by affection and mutual respect. May they be blessed with peace and health and contentment. As together we all say, Amen. And as I continue in our Sidurim on pages 76 and 77, may the one whose blessings are many heal and bless us, and all those who live in the shadow of illness. Lauren Aaron Horster, Marty Brand, Dylan Belden, Lisa Carroll, Mackenzie Clyde, Caleb Calabroy, Michelle Dlugoff, Douglas Duval, Helen Eglash, Rebecca Ensler, Bobby Pfefferman, Esther Batsaro Vinyamin, Louis Ferris, Pella Miriam Batsara Vinoach, Sandra Friedman, Leah Batchaiki Mordechai, Scott Grant, Michael Greenfield, Sam Hanna, Beth Gobich Harris, Phil Himmelfarb, Robert Jacobs, Louise Sandler Kaufman, Susie Kay, Rona Kimmel, Jenny Kingsbury, Laverne Colton, Terry Beth Krasno, Ed Knox, Barbara Lieb, Steve Leon, David Levin, Ron Levin, Lori Lincoln, Paul Lysias, Steve Laduha, Ascension Madrigal, Richard Stewart Margolis, Bobby Mendelson, Julie Mari Miller, Chelsea Minkoff, Charlene Muse, Gail Sassner Peterson, Kelly Powell, Brian Quirk, Rita Resnick, Werner Richheimer, Ellen Rubin, Yael Batsarava Avraham, Ruben Siegert, Marilyn Stubinsky, Leah Batstisha, Jenny Vergetis, Harav Chaim ben Rachel Leu Tzvi HaKohen, Steve Zalanka, Rachel Malka bat Miriam Uvaruch, Burl ben Laser, Chana bat Chaim, Rachel bat Esther Vishmuel, and to those names you may add any that you have with you and also at home. May God's care bring us comfort and courage. May God's love open our eyes to the faith and compassion around us. May the source of hope and renewal show us the way toward peace of mind, wholeness within, and strength from community. Source of all blessings, as you inspired Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, inspire us too. Let us shine the soft light of human kindness in dark places. Let song, prayer, and silence be our instruments of care and healing. Let us all, the sick and the well together, be blessed, as God blessed Joshua, Charak, Va'amatz, be strong and of good courage. And may the time come soon when all of us, every one of us, can breathe freely once more. As together we all say, Amen.
Yisheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of spirit, the renewal of body, and let us say Amen.
As we near the end of Torah, we near the end of Moses' life. Poised to enter the promised land, Moses prepares to take leave of his people in what amounts to a poetic psalm. 40 years earlier, this man chosen by God to lead the people out of Egypt toward the promised land was a man of impeded speech. Perhaps that made him so much better at listening, which is what a good leader should do. Now, he must find a way to bid that people farewell. For as the wilderness experience comes to an end, so will Moses' life. He's about to die, standing on the east bank of the river Jordan with his people soon to cross the water and enter the promised land. One expects Moses' last words. Poem, song, psalm. Moses has become a man of divarim, a man of words. He's also become a man who knows his people well, a leader as a shepherd. A shepherd is a leader, but one who knows that God is the real leader, one who, most importantly, knows that his role will now be taken up by Joshua. Still, his joy is mixed with concern and with love. Entitled Ha'azinu, it comes from the Hebrew word ozen, which means to give ear or to listen. I want you to listen to the opening verses of this portion. It's from the 32nd chapter of Devarim of Deuteronomy. Remember, this is biblical poetry. It's then poetry not through rhyme, but through parallels, through parallelism. Give ear, O heavens, let me speak. Let the earth hear the words I utter. May my discourse come down as the rain, my speech distill as the dew, like showers on young growth, like droplets on the grass. For the name of the eternal I proclaim, give glory to our God. The rock whose deeds are perfect, yea, all God's ways are just. A faithful God, never false, true and upright indeed. So Moses calls upon heaven and earth as his witnesses, really as his ear witnesses to hear his words. He wants his words to pour down as rain, just as he wants them to drip down as dew. Rain can quickly get our attention, but dew? Dew arrives unnoticed unless we go walking barefoot in the grass in the morning. So I want you to listen also to the beginning of the Haftarah for this special Shabbat, the Shabbat between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. In these words from the prophet Hosea, once I find them, in these words from the prophet Hosea, I'm going to be reading verses 2 to 10 of the 14th chapter. That same word, tal, appears again. So once I again find it, I will read it to you. Or maybe I'll just go ahead with my notes and then come back to the text. Kabbalat Sukkot. Return, O Israel, to the eternal your God, for you have stumbled in your iniquity. Take words with you and return to the eternal and say, forgive all iniquity and accept the good, and we shall offer the fruit of our lips. Assyria cannot save us. We shall ride on horses no more. Never again shall we say our God to the works of our hands, for in you alone the orphan finds compassion. I will heal their disloyalty. I will love them freely, for my wrath is turned away from them. I will be like dew to Israel. They shall blossom like a lily and strike roots like the trees of Lebanon. Their shoots shall spread out wide, their splendor like an olive tree's, their fragrance like that of Lebanon. Those who sit in their shade shall return to me. They shall grow their corn and blossom like a vine. Renowned is the wine of Lebanon. Ephraim shall say, what are idols to me now? I will respond and look to him, for I am a luxuriant cypress from which your fruit is found. The wise shall understand these things, the discerning shall know them. That straight are the ways of the eternal, while the righteous walk in them, transgressors stumble on them. Wrote Rabbi Ruth Gase, "Do is easy to take for granted, just as all the daily favors and wonders that God does for us. Who notices the little things, the air, the water, the dew, the ability to see and to hear, to walk and to talk, to breathe and to laugh, to smile and to cry, to live and to love. But these are God's daily gifts to us. Quietly, without drawing attention, God will care for us. May this new year, coming in the midst of the pandemic and under leadership as far from Moses as one could imagine, be one where the dew will continue to fall, where we can still notice all of God's daily gifts to us. We will need them. And remember that we are also God's partners in creation. And so God still needs things from us, including those words, tzedek, tzedek tirdof, justice, justice shall you pursue. And so following in the footsteps of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, we too must continue to pursue justice. With that, we continue with Aleinu, and you will find it on page 78, as those of you who wish may rise.
עלינו לשבח לדור הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו גדולי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב עיקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אלון, אמת מלכנו, אמת זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת יום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד.
Our mission is to plant ourselves at the gates of hope, not the prudent gates of optimism, which are somewhat narrower, nor the stalwart borning gates of common sense, nor the strident gates of self-righteousness which creak on shrill and angry hinges. People cannot hear us there, they cannot pass through, nor the cheerful, flimsy garden gate of everything's going to be all right, but a different, sometimes lonely place of truth-telling about your own soul, first of all, and its condition, the place of resistance and defiance, from which you see the world both as it is and as it could be, as it will be. The place from which you glimpse not only struggle, but joy in the struggle. And we stand there, beckoning and calling, telling people what we're seeing, asking them what they see.
ונאמר, היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us in recent days, and those who died at the season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community, and wherever grief touches the human family. As we take a few moments to read silently any one of the meditations you can find between pages 82 and 85, or any other prayers your own hearts may prompt. As the names of your dear ones are mentioned, we invite you, if you would like, to be able to, by your cars, to rise in loving memory. As we remember the relatives and friends of our congregation who have gone before us into life eternal. We remember tonight the names of Ida Robbins, Arnold Califf, David Aaron Van Dusen, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and David Schwartz, who were laid to rest recently. We also remember the names of Herman Abeleys, Charles Abelson, Todd C. Abraham, Edith Ackerman, Sarah Miller Albert, Francis Appel, Kay Ellen Axel, Eva Ruth Bass, Beverly Burson, Helen Jane Baum, Harry Bragernick, Dorothy Joan Brecher, Carrie Cohn, Max Cohn, David H. Epstein, Anna F. Orensky, Marion Eskow, Selmer M. Feld, Marvin Feldman, David Fine, Rose Fishman, Isidore Friedman, David M. Glassner, Bertold Getz, Reva Goldstein, Bess Greenfield, William Grinker, Laura S. Gronick, Dorothy Bannock Grossman, Gary Neal Guten, Catherine Hart, Benzion Hirsch, Shirley Hoffman, Patrick F. House, Julia Baum Hausman, Daniel W. Howard, Alfred M. Hurwitz, Eva Huttner, Selma Kahn, Pauline Miller Cast, Milton B. Katz, Bella Castleman, Abe Klein, Yale Knight, Ben David Coney, Myron Maitland Krasnow, Archie Kroloff, Sarah Jane Kroloff, Rosa Lev, Abraham Lane, Alvin Lapidus, Fanny Levine, Jack Lever, Edna B. Levy, Bertha Lewin, Donald Lieberman, Morris Lieberman, Martha Bay, Maurice Mordechai Mazer, Neil Minkin, Gerald Goldberg Netboy, Paulina Newald, Samuel Pash, Peter Pekarsky, Simon R. Pelton, Hilda Plotkin, William Polland, Ethel J. Primakow, Rebecca Pubinsky, David Samuel Resnick, Frederick Reinskoff, Theodore L. Rose, Harry Rosenband, Fanny Rosenberg, William S. Rosender, Simon Rothenberg, Thomas S. Safer, Sarah Sandakoff, Emmy Sanders, Belle Sandler, Jill Sandler, Nathan Sandler, William Shapiro, Samuel B. Schuckett, Cyril H. Schulman, Marjorie Schulman, Karen Schumacher, Morton Scribner, Bessie Siegel, Dave Sherman, Lillian Sherman, Sadie Kohlberg Sherman, Vicki Schlensky, Sidney M. Cecil, Abraham Burl Sigmund, Burnett Silber, Phyllis Stahl Berkowitz, Charles S. Stern, Matilda Stranad, Edward Susskind, James Thompson, Gertrude Van Vlesler, Isidore Wald, Sam Walston, Elsie Yolis, Samuel Zarni, Arnold Benjamin Zellen, Sylvia E. Goldberg Zellen, Morris Zimmerman, and Clara Zucro, whose anniversary of death is remembered tonight. If there are others here who are mourning or observing yahrzeit, if you would like to rise where you are and just mention their name, and those of you at home may do so also. We also remember those who perished in the Shoah who have no yahrzeit dates. We pray, may their souls be bound up in the bond of eternal life. May their repose be peace. Zichronam livracha. May their memories forever be a blessing. As we turn now to the words of Kaddish, page 86. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shmei Rabbah. V'alma divra kirutei v'amlich malchutei. V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. V'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmedi dekudsha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Osei shalom bimromav. Uyasei shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
May the one who makes peace in the high heavens above send peace down here to us, to all Israel and to all the world, as together we all say, Amen.
Amen.
Following the conclusion of our service with the closing song and benediction, we will not be doing bench licht and kiddush tonight. We invite you to again go on home and be able to do it there. I want to thank for our Bima basket tonight. We want to extend our thanks to Gary Schmidman, who is doing so in honor of her 90th birthday. So we wish her to 120 in good health. There are a number of things coming up starting this Sunday, of course, which is Yom Kippur, Sunday evening, then all day on Monday. And then there are a bunch of other holidays following after that. Other announcements, Andrew or Cantor, we should make?
We just want to thank everyone on Zoom for participating and also all of you here. But a tremendous thank you to Larry Philibom. Why don't you stand for a moment so people can see person behind the scenes to make this all work, and also to Andrew Appel and Bob Brasner, always for their technical assistance.
And our various greeters, too. Oh, they are going to do Kiddush on. Oh, that's right. Susan's going to leave. So for those of you on Zoom, my apologies. You will have Kiddush and bench licht on Zoom. And Susan Cosden you'll be invited into Susan's house. And maybe if you quickly hurry home, you can get the end of Kiddush and bench licht too. Right? Okay. Anything else? On your way out, you'll return these to Sidurim. We won't be using them for another year. And there'll be people there to take them as you leave. Okay? Our closing song is Oziva Zimrat. You'll find it on page 3.
Oziva Zimrat Vayehili Lishua Oziva Zimrat Vayehili Lishua
Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain. May the Eternal One grant us all strength. Adonai Yivarech et Amov HaShalom. May the Eternal One bless us all always with the most precious gift of all, the gift of Shalom, of peace. Shabbat Shalom. And to each of you, may you be inscribed and sealed in the book of life. We'll see you in the next couple of days.
Shabbat Shalom to all.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We encourage everyone now to please get your candles and your Kiddush cup and your challah, and we will be going over to the Malman's house. We will be going over to the Malman's house for Shabbat, for the Shabbat table blessings. So we shall go over to their home now.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our home. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Right, that's where you're gonna have to start.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asot hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
The bottom.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
And there was evening and there was morning the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Amen.
Shabbat Kodsho, Yahava Vraton Hin Kaltanu, Zikaron Lamase Bereshit, Kihu Yom Tehilal Makri Kodesh, Zeher Litzion Mitzrayim, Kivana Vacharta, Vyotana Kidashta, Mikal Amim, Shabbat Kodsho, Yahava Vraton Hin Kaltanu, Ruchat Adonai, Kadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam,
Hamotzi
lechem
Lechem
min
Min
haaretz.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for inviting us into your home.
You're welcome.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
asking.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We will leave this open for a little bit if people want to say hi to one another.
Okay.